In 1986, and from the regional government of Andalusia, the Shellfish and Marine Cultures Exploitation Plan for South Atlantic Regions, PEMARES, promoted the creation of El Toruño Center near the natural park of the Bay of Cádiz in the Guadalete-San Pedro River marshes. The Andalusian Institute of Agricultural Research and Training, IFAPA, was established in 2003 and is the only public research institute that belongs to the government of Andalusia. El Toruño is part of this institute, focused on contributing to the modernization of agricultural, fishing, and food sectors in Andalusia and improving competitiveness through research, innovation, and the transfer of technology, as well as training farmers, fishermen, technicians, and workers in these sectors. The IFAPA El Toruño Center, located on public coastal land and covering 36 hectares, has a unique infrastructure due to its size and characteristics, which make it possible to address the research, transfer, training, and technological development requirements that Andalusian aquaculture currently presents. The center offers a multimedia room and a library included in the network of documentation centers and specialized libraries of the government of Andalusia. The IFAPA El Toruño Center has facilities adapted for the development of experimental designs used to advance in the research of the productive cycles of the studied species. The Auxiliary Cultures Unit is designed to obtain the most adequate natural feed to cover the nutritional requirements of the different stages of larval culture and includes a microalgae chamber, a large area for the mass culture of zooplankton in a greenhouse, and a unit for Artemia culture. Experiments and research during the first stages of development, from hatching to weaning, are carried out in the Larval Cultures Unit. For the development of pre-growing and fish production studies, El Toruño Center has a wide range of facilities designed to easily adapt to the size, age, and needs of cultures. There is also a 30-hectare experimental farm, including 25 ponds with capacities between 500 and 15,000 cubic meters for all types of cultures in different renovation and load conditions, and a 40,000 cubic meter pond that is ideal for large-scale studies. The common denominator in all cultures developed in El Toruño Center is the constant supply of high-quality water that is adapted to meet the requirements of the different experiments. The IFAPA El Toruño Center has an excellent team of committed professionals with the best future guarantee for the consolidation of multidisciplinary research teams capable of addressing complex challenges. A variety of internally funded programs are developed with this in mind, through the concession of grants focused on training technicians and researchers in IFAPA in order to support postdoctoral training of research personnel in IFAPA and the development of programs within the framework of specific lines of RDI. Apart from these internally funded programs, the IFAPA El Toruño Center also has hired research personnel. Potentially focused on ecosystem-based fisheries management studies through the analysis of factors including the food chain, nutrients, and physicochemical and biological parameters. The laboratory's work has led to the identification of minimum catch sizes of commercial species and studies concerning these species in their natural habitat thanks to repopulation programs in the Bay and Gulf of Cádiz. This laboratory is focused on extending the knowledge of mechanisms of nutritional modulation and immune systems of farmed marine fish larvae in order to design feeding strategies that improve the well-being and quality of fry. We can highlight the use of new micro and nano encapsulation technologies to improve the bioavailability of functional compounds, as well as the research being carried out on the functionality of marine lipids and polysaccharides as functional ingredients. With a multidisciplinary focus, the center applies molecular and histochemical techniques and studies the skeletons of farmed fish. This laboratory carries out research concerning the application of the latest biotechnological advances in the fields of genetic improvement, disease control, and physiological and endocrine regulation mechanisms in species of aquaculture interest. We can highlight the development of high-performance technologies, including mass parallel sequencing applied to the evaluation of nutritional and immunostimulation factors, and the development of nanovaccines. These constitute important advances that can improve the competitiveness of the productive sector. Focused on carrying out physiological studies on different species of microalgae cultured in photobioreactors designed at the center, as well as cryopreservation, determination of biomass, extraction of lipids, and analysis of biochemical composition. The scientific advances achieved by this laboratory have allowed the technique of mass production of microalgae to be transferred to other research centers and related technological companies. Providing support services, this laboratory addresses the needs established by the different projects related to the determination of biochemical composition, such as fatty acids and vitamins, using gas and liquid chromatography. Focused mainly on isolating, identifying, studying, and maintaining bacterial strains, as well as analyzing infectious pathologies in cultivated species, and designing preventive treatments to ensure animal health and well-being. Focused on improving culture parameters and advancing in the knowledge of fish, mollusk, and crustacean reproduction. This laboratory carries out histological, histochemical, histoenzymatic, and hormonal studies. The histophysiological studies on the reproduction of 16 coastal Andalusian species led to the modification of the regional government's legislation on closed seasons. Committed to continuous improvement, the IFAPA El Toruño Center, through its aquaculture research, diversification, and biotechnology group, included within the Andalusian Research Plan, maintains the commitment to continue working to acquire new scientific knowledge that will promote the establishment of new systems and strategies for marine culture species. This work is focused on 5 priority lines of research: improving culture systems, functional feed by and for aquaculture, genetic applications in nutrition and immunity of aquatic species, prevention of diseases and well-being of animals, aquaculture as support for the conservation of the marine environment. For years, this center has been a leader in research thanks to important investment efforts made by the regional government of Andalusia and participation in national and international projects that have currently led to the transfer of knowledge of culture unit designs, production techniques, and maintenance and reproduction protocols in conditions of captivity for different species. Apart from these advances, we can also highlight the optimization of the cultivation of farmed fish species of interest in the business sector, such as sea bream and sea bass, as well as the advances achieved in the experimental cultivation of other species including grouper, meager, common sea bream, red-banded sea bream, and flathead gray mullet. In the case of sole, a species that merits more effort due to its economic importance, El Toruño Center has developed a technology for the industrial reproduction of this species in captivity and transferred this knowledge to other research centers and private companies. In the development of research activities and transfer of technology, El Toruño Center maintains collaboration agreements with universities and national as well as international research centers, and is currently a part of the International Campus of Excellence of Marine Studies, FEIMAR. In addition, El Toruño Center promotes participation in trade forums and collaboration with businesses through R&D contracts and agreements. El Toruño Center is focused on responding to the needs and demands of the aquaculture sector to modernize and improve its competitiveness and consolidation. Through research, the transfer of technology and training, the center is committed to fostering the sustainability and quality of aquaculture products and fishing resources.